Good evening, awesome leaders of the world. I am B. Nathaniel Smith, and I am known as the keynote speaker, or just keynote for short, the keynote. Listen, tonight I just want to take a couple of moments. I won't be before you long. I am in my office, and I'm surrounded by my books, and this is part of what I want to talk to you about tonight. Today, this evening, this afternoon, regardless of where you are, if we're on a different time zone, if you're on a different geographical location on the map, it doesn't matter. You need to be, when it's time for you to be motivated and moved, motivation, couple of terminologies. Let's get some semantics straight first. Motivation means I have to be the one to encourage you, to trigger you. I have to always be there in order for you to be motivated to move something. So I hear people talk about I'm a motivational speaker, I'm a transformational leader, I make things happen. Motivation is good because it moves people to a particular place. But what happens when the motivator is not motivated, or the motivator is not there to provide the motivation for those who need it in order to move them to the next level? So I've been studying motivation. I have to instigate, I have to encourage and trigger you to do something more. What I've come across is the word inspirational leader as opposed to motivational leader / speaker. This is not a slight to anybody else. Everyone has their thing. But if you are an inspirational leader, then what you do is you have the ability to inspire what's already on the inside of someone, and that can be the catalyst to move them to their next level of leadership, expectancy, and success. So how about we leaders? Let's not just motivate people, because they're going to always need us to rah-rah and cheer them on. But if we inspire people, we tap into what's already there. And that alone can propel someone from poverty to prosperity, from depression to deliverance, from sedentary to success. So let's inspire, tap into what's already in people and move them to the next level. So let's talk about it for a moment. So I've been reviewing motivation, inspiration, trying to understand what can we do as leaders to develop other leaders so that they develop other leaders. And now we don't just have an additional process happening, but we have the multiplicity effect occurring when leaders are developing leaders, are developing leaders, are developing leaders, are developing leaders. So I've been doing some reading. I thought about motivation, inspiration, titles, the terminology between to motivate, action-oriented, inspire, action-oriented. These are like action-oriented verbs to keep people and things moving. You're in process. You're actively engaged. So I came up with a concept that I want to talk about tonight, today, this afternoon, this evening with you, this morning, called transformational leadership. What is it? And out of that concept of thinking through what really is transformational leadership, I came up with 7 B's, B-E. You must be these 7 things. So let's talk about what it means to really be a transformational leader. 1, you must be a storyteller. Well, what does that mean? You need to be able to allow people to imagine, envision, to see, to contemplate, to understand, to interpret, to even acknowledge that they can see themselves successful, they can see themselves as leaders, and they can see themselves out of their current situation being propelled into a new situation. Inspirational and transformational leaders have a way of telling stories, real life, reality situations, to help people see that they can do better and that they can be better. So if you're a transformational leader who inspires people, then the first thing you need to be, or one of the 7 things you need to be, is you need to be a storyteller. Think of a story. Be able to capture people by what you say, how you say. Bring them along for the ride. Create a story that allows people to see themselves in the midst of leadership, in the midst of being inspired, in the midst of being transformed. Transformational leaders What is it you say? I say one of the 7 things you need to be is you need to be a storyteller. Secondly, you need to be experienced. You should have gone through some things that help you to not only just be the student and an apt pupil, but after you've studied and after you've learned and after you've been tried and after you've been tested and after you pass the exams, there comes a time where application is essential. Every leader goes through a time where they experience things in life, training, disappointments, failures, things of that nature, and then they experience success, advancement, upward mobility. Every leader should be experienced. Develop your talent, develop your skill, use your life experiences as part of your transformational leadership skill set. 1, be a storyteller. 2, be experienced. 3, you need to be culturally acclimated. What do I mean by culturally acclimated? Everyone uses this term diverse, diversity. We have a diverse group that we work with. We have a diverse family. We work with a diverse within a diverse organization. When you think about being culturally acclimated, though, it's not just about diversity. It's about values. It's about morals. It's about faith. It's about understanding culturally what people go through, who people are, and what they do. And when you become culturally acclimated, it transcends gender, it transcends race, it transcends ethnocentricity, it transcends geography, it transcends food. I mean, it moves you. When you are culturally acclimated, you purposely decide, I want to learn about other people's culture, their values, and their morals. Not just their opinions, not just their likes and dislikes, but you go deeper. You go beyond the surface level, and you dig deep to get to an understanding of finding out who people are outside of their titles, outside of their accomplishments, outside of their success. You get to the root of the authentic person, and authenticity is key. People want to know that you appreciate them, you value them, and that they can follow you if you're a transformational leader. When you are authentic, you are truly, truly concerned about the welfare of others. You are authentic. All right. So if you're a transformational leader, what must you be? You must be a storyteller. 2, you must be experienced. 3, you must be culturally acclimated. 4, you must be what I call duo-lithic. Now, monolithic is people who think one-minded, one way, they process one way, they move one way, they operate one way, they have one vision, they have one direction. When you're monolithic, you miss all of the other opportunities of growth and development. But when you are duolithic, you understand your past, you are looking towards your future, you understand the now. So in essence, what you do is you go from your past, you operate in your present, but you move towards your future. So let's be dualistic leaders. If we're going to be transformational leaders, and if we're going to inspire people to be successful and move to the next level, we must be dualistic in our thinking. That means we have to think more than one way. We have to be open to different ideologies. We have to be open to different concepts. We have to be open to different perceptions. And we also must be open to even different directions. Let's be dualistic. Number 5, be technologically attuned. Now, when a car gets a tune-up, it doesn't mean that the car can't run. It doesn't mean that the car doesn't run. But it does mean when a car needs a tune-up, it's not running as efficiently, effectively, and effortlessly. 3 E's. If you're going to be technologically attuned, you want to be efficient, effective, and effortless. So being technologically attuned means you need to understand what an iPad is. You need to understand how to use an iPhone. You need to understand, the media devices that people are utilizing in today's society. It's 2017. We have to understand Instagram is here. Facebook is here. You have to understand that we have Twitter and so many other media savvy outlets to help us technologically connect with people in other countries, at other times, through other mediums, through other methods. You can use all kinds of different things. You can FaceTime someone from your phone. You can use Zoom to record videos. You're not limited in what you need to do in order to become technologically savvy. So be technologically attuned. Number 6, be a prognosticator. What do I mean by a prognosticator? When you prognosticate, what you do is you're forward thinking. You are thinking about 5 years from now, 6 months from now, 3 months from now, 90 days, 2 months from now, 30 days, a week. A prognosticator says, I am a forward thinker because I need to know how I, as a transformational and inspirational leader, can impact my society, my community, this nation, this world, so much so that even after it's changed in 90 days, in another 6 months it's completely different because I've been able to foresee changes that are coming so that I can help people become better. So if you're going to be a transformational leader, if you're going to inspire leaders and inspire people to become leaders, you must be a prognosticator. Forward thinking is essential in order to be on the cusp of what's happening in our society. If not, you're going to get left behind. Finally, the final item in transformational leadership that I think, from B. Nathaniel Smith, your keynote speaker, that I think is necessary for leaders to not only just be transformational, but to be inspirational, is number 7 says you have to be flexible with change and not to change. Let me repeat that. You must be flexible with change, not to change. Well, you say, keynote, what does that mean? Here's what that means. When you're flexible with change, that means you are proactively engaged at the right time, at the present time, with the change that's occurring. So you have the opportunity to experience everything happening at that particular time and to learn from it at that particular time, to be impacted from it. Because why? Because you are flexible with the change. So that means you are proactive. When people are flexible to change, that means the change has already occurred, so you become reactive. So here we go. Be flexible with change. That means if you're going to be with change, you're going to be proactively engaged so that you can experience everything you need to experience to help you move forward and become a better leader. Don't be flexible to change. Why? Because when you're flexible to change, it means that you're reactive to the change. We want to be in the now, in the move, in the process, in the flow, engaged, connected, and inspiring people at every opportunity we get. We cannot be flexible to change because that means the change has already occurred. We've missed opportunity. We've missed a chance to inspire. We've missed a chance to support people. We've missed a chance to celebrate with people. We've missed a chance because now we're simply reactive because we're only flexible to the change. I encourage you, be flexible with. Let's recap as I get ready to close out. Transformational leadership means to me that you must be a storyteller, you must be experienced, you must be culturally acclimated, you must be duo-lithic, you must be technologically attuned, you must be a prognosticator, you are forward thinking, and 7, you must be flexible with change, not flexible to change. These are your 7 tenets of transformational leadership, brought to you by B. Nathaniel Smith, your keynote. Have a great night, everyone. A great morning, everyone. A great afternoon, everyone. A great day, everyone. A great evening.